Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Nigeria Football Addicts. Chelsea is for sale. Uh-huh. Um, I'd like us to talk about the love bet between Chelsea and Abramovich. Yeah, Abramovich is a Russian billionaire, Russian business stroke politician billionaire. Yeah, he purchased Chelsea in 2003 at the rate of 140 million pounds when Chelsea were not in at that particular point in time. They've not won the league in the last 49 years before that time. The only thing they've won in recent time before he bought that club was FA Cup. So Chelsea were like probably not the typical big club at that particular point in time where he bought them for 140 million pounds, and now they're worth above 2 billion pounds. So he bought them at that particular point. He transformed Chelsea into an amazing and outstanding club, and they've been together for like 19 good years. In this 19 years, Chelsea have won 18. Oh yeah, plus this FIFA World Club competition, they've won 19 trophies. That's amazing. They've won Premiership, they've won the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carling Cup. They've won the Champions League twice. That's crazy. Now they've won the FIFA World Club champion. In his era, Chelsea remained the most successful club in Premiership. In his era, yeah. Because if you put in consideration the last 15 years, Chelsea have been outstanding. So he have transformed Chelsea into a 2-point-something billion pounds club presently. So they've been a love story between Abramovich and Chelsea. He is the most outstanding and the most passionate owner I've seen in the last 20 years. He brings some kind of positive energy into Stamford Bridge every time he's there to watch their game. There was a time I was listening to Lampard in an interview when Lampard said, well, as soon as he bought Chelsea, he came to the training ground and he saw the training ground and he just said, you know what, we're changing the whole of the training ground. And Lampard says that was when he knew they are in for business. So his first season, as soon as he bought Chelsea, the first season, Chelsea finished second, yeah. They played the semi-final, which was against Monaco, which I thought Chelsea should be in that final in that year, and they were eliminated by Monaco. The next year he brought in Mourinho. Mourinho won the league, and I think they only lost one game, which was probably against Man City. A goal scored by Anelka, if I'm right, though. So from then it became history, and today Chelsea are one of the strongest club in the world, in Europe, and one of the strongest club and one of the most popular club in England and in the world. So it had been a beautiful story between Abramovich and Chelsea until the Russian invasion in Ukraine. It's changed the story, it changed the narration. And the point is, you can't take the fact away that Abramovich has a connection with Putin. I mean, come on. He was a governor in a province. He was an MP, so he must politically have a connection with Putin. So whatever decision Putin makes, it must be connected to him. And whatever he says, he doesn't have a connection with Putin. I used to ask myself, come on, you have a connection with Putin. It's just like Dangote of Nigeria saying he doesn't have connection with Buhari. I'll be like, come on, damn it. You can't say that. It's not possible. So until the invasion of Russia in Ukraine, everything was smooth. It was, there was little problem there and here with him and the Britain, but it was still okay, and he has claimed his innocence for a very, very long time. He took some to court, he wins some just slides under the carpet. So as of Saturday, he made a statement in 100 and something later statements, brief, straightforward. So he moved the stewardship care of Chelsea to a charitable foundation, and this charitable foundation have a trustee member, a member of trustee, like 6 members of trustee. The number one is Bruce Book. Bruce Book is the chairman of Chelsea and also chairman of this charitable foundation. We have Emma Hayes. Emma Hayes is the manager of the female team. We have John Devine. John Devine is like the lawyer of the club. We have Pierre Power, which is like Pure Power has a network called the Fire Network, which kick against discrimination in Europe. He also have in that committee. We also have Paul Ramos, which is the director of finance. We also have Sir Robert Hoof. Sir Robert Hoof is just like an Olympian hero in Britain. So these are the 6 members that he moved the stewardship care of Chelsea to as of Saturday. Yeah, as of Saturday. But they were so lackadaisical to take those actions because they feel like they are being thrown into light, and they feel like taking those responsibility will be like they're being used like a pawn. Yeah. But it was a smart move. To me, it was a smart move from Abramovich. I believe his lawyers must have informed him, and then this is the best thing to do, because as soon as he transferred those stewardship and care to that charitable foundation, even if they sanction him, even if the British government sanction him now, they can't sanction Chelsea because it is the stewardship and the care is under a charitable organization. You understand? So he moved. That move was an outstanding move, was a smart move, but I felt it will still be a short-term solution, not a long-term solution. I felt he did that knowing well that there will be a negotiation between Russia and Ukraine, and probably the war will not long and everything will just die down. But unfortunately, it seemed the pressure was much, the frustration was growing, and he felt like, you know what, the best thing to do is to just sell this club, I felt bad because he is probably the best owner I've seen in the last 20 years. You can't compare him to the Glazer of Manchester United, Levy of Tottenham, or that of Arsenal. You can't. This guy is passionate. He loved the game. He loved Chelsea. He come to the stadium all the time. He move around with Chelsea everywhere they go, which is absolutely rare. The only chairman I've seen in recent time that did all these things was the late chairman of Leicester. But Abramovich, as a man, as a person, I think has been outstanding with Chelsea. So he transformed Chelsea into something else. That's it. So now he wants to sell Chelsea. He wants to really sell Chelsea, and I think this came out of frustration that he have been facing in Britain. To talk about the hypocrisy of the British government, I think is, you knew this guy has a connection with Putin as soon as he steps his leg in Britain to get an asset in your land. You knew it, but yet you sold. They sold him. They sold Chelsea to him. It's still the same thing with that of Man City, with that of Newcastle now. And I still believe in the long run they're going to have a problem, and this kind of issue will come up. So I think it's a hypocrisy on the part of the British government, knowing well that this person have not proven, though, he has some dirty past, or he has a connection with a leader you don't like, and yet you allow him to have an asset in your country. Now the MPs, as of last week, brought a suggestion that they should sanction him, and they know that as soon as they sanction him, Chelsea will be affected. Now, I think he say he's taking this action in the interest of Chelsea, and these are the two most beautiful things that he said. This man, amazing man. He says they're going to sell that club. Whatever money they're going to make from that club is going to be channeled to the victim of war in Ukraine. Normally, Chelsea are owing him a sum of 1.5 billion. Big money. They are owing him such amount, but he's saying Chelsea don't need to pay him back. What an amazing man. What an amazing man he is. So now they're going to sell Chelsea. Who is going to buy Chelsea? We're not sure, because it's such a huge money, man. To buy that kind of club, you need men. I don't think one person can just afford it that way. And I think if anybody is going to afford it, it's likely going to be the Arabian guys with the oil money. But there is a rumor coming around from Switzerland that a Swiss man want to get it. Even the Swiss man say he don't think he can afford the club on his own alone. So he's going to have some partner that they can afford it together. So it's at the end, the beautiful story between Abramovich and Chelsea is coming to an end. He also says it's not going to be a quick one. They're going to follow due process. But the one that hits me the most is they are going to sell that club, and whatever they make from that club, they are going to channel it into the victim of Ukrainian war, which is an amazing gesture from Abramovich. So that's all we have for now. As soon as there's there's development and more, we're going to